Hey guys, good morning, how you doing? Oh, Craig here. Just getting around after one hellacious thunderstorm last night. Came in suddenly. I forget where we were. Oh, we're just coming back. I got my truck detailed. I went to get the air conditioning service because it needed to be colder, you know, it's baking hot, right? So, but I got it detailed at the time, so looking pretty good. Wow. Of course, they do everything with a fine-tooth comb. I was happy about that, and the air conditioning is freezing. But when I was coming back, I could see it looked kind of gray. I'm like, oh, it's probably gonna rain. Little did I know, it was rain and thunder, and it was just boom. I mean, dude, I've had some thunder in this house before and lightning, but that was cracking right above my house. I thought it hit the house. I was actually sitting in my chair on a computer actually, and which is probably not a good in the thunderstorm, I don't know. But this house is grounded, you know, you got your copper pipe in there, right? So, and the dog was shaking like a leaf, you know, and it was just boom, boom. And one of them, I swear, it sounded like it either hit the house or it hit a tree and the tree fell on the house, because it was like boom, like this. I literally jumped out of my chair like, what the, you know, and I had to run, you know, to go outside real quick. Even though it was dark, I just kind of looked over the balcony to see, you know, if we were still in one piece. Looks like I lost one of my ganja plants. Oh, and the first casualty. Oh man, it broke right off the bottom. I don't know, I guess it was windy. It was windy too, but dang, man. It wasn't super windy because my awnings are still intact. Normally if it's super windy, I mean, I did kind of make it better, but if it was super windy, I'm sure those would have got blown out. I heard them moving around, but I opened the window when I was up there and I could see they were still there, so I'm like, ooh, cool. But this is what I wanted to look at, was over here, this branch and this branch. These things, yeah, they didn't just fall out here, man. They were blown off, and I think, yeah, you know what? I think that's actually maybe from a lightning strike. It's got that, I got that metal, you know, I got a lot of metal around here. And let me see. And the bark, you know, whenever the lightning hits a tree, it doesn't always like burn it, you know. You can hit the base of it and the power just blows the branches off, much like this one, you know. This is a clean break. This almost looked like it was sawed off. You know, it wouldn't smell burnt or anything, but because of that power that goes through there, the bark itself around the tree in that area will start to exfoliate or otherwise come off. Oh, dang. I mean, I never noticed it before, but it looks like there is a bunch of bark separating. Dang, man. I wouldn't be surprised if that was a lightning strike, really, because if it hit that, kaboom, I would have definitely felt it in the house. So, good to know. The shop house is grounded too, you know. We drove that other copper pipe down in there. Good that the houses are grounded so I don't get a lightning strike on the house. Although I did. What is that up there? I'm gonna have to send my drone up. Looks like I'm missing a tile up there. Shoot, that's probably why I got water in the house. The other time it rained real hard, there was a little bit of water in the kitchen area. I was like, what? But it looks like, I don't know if you can see, you probably can't see it from up here, but in that corner tile where the two tiles meet, looks like there's a whole tile missing up there. So yeah, I'm gonna send the drone up, check out my roof. Maybe the roof got hit. Boom. And I got all this other metal over here. You know, you got the galvanized metal. I'm not sure galvanized metal is a conduit for lightning, but all this metal over here. Got to be reminded, don't hang out over there under lightning, under a thunderstorm. But yeah, took out some of my plants, man. Boom. Gotta hang them to dry now, because, you know, what are you gonna do with them, right? I thought maybe if the lightning, like, boom, hit the water. Lightning, you've seen those videos where the lightning, like, was in the river or something, where it just kind of ripped all the way up the water. That would definitely kill all the fish. And we're good. No fish kill. My shop back here doesn't look like anything got electrocuted. Although I think I need to put some water. Water tank. Whew. Yeah, man. And it only lasted, you know, for like what, it lasted for maybe I don't know, I guess it was about an hour. The thunder and lightning was more brief. It was probably, you know, 20 minutes or so, but it kept raining, which put a damper on some of my stuff. I don't know if you can see in the background, but I bought some wood planks yesterday, put them on top for the sala. I didn't buy all that I needed because the guy didn't really have all of those. I wanted to get the little bit wider ones. Instead of doing a 6-inch all the way across there, I wanted to do the 8-inch at least, if not 10, but those are 8 inches across, and I got like 10 of them, so I guess that's what, 80 inches. So what's that, 6 foot, something like that. Yeah, gotta be more than 6 foot, right? No, that's 72. Yeah, a little over 6 foot. But the width, the whole width over there, or the width from post to post, I think is 19. So I gotta get a little ways to go. But I drove around looking for the wood, looking for, you know, the best deals, because that wood's expensive, and, you know, and I don't want to go too outrageous on that. I shouldn't have to. The first place I went to, the lady wanted about $1,000, 36,000 baht, a little more than $1,000, for 50 pieces of the teak wood planks that were 6 inches wide, or no, they were only 5 inches wide, but they were also only I think 2.5 meters long, and I need them to be at least 5 meters long. At least 5 meters long. That means I would have needed, you know, sorted out, I would have needed 90 pieces, which meant that it would have been some crazy amount, you know, 50,000 baht or something like that, closer to $2,000. No, don't need that. It's not like that. She's wrong, man. But anyway, there you can see a little bit. So So I got that little bit of section going. I'll fill in some of the other areas and then I get it going. There are a lot of guys that sell the wood. You just got to go around different places, and if I can, you know, when they only have, you know, 5 or 10 pieces, they'll give you a better deal. I got a better deal on that. Those 10 planks only cost me, they cost me 3,000 baht. And that's the other thing about storms. They bring down the fruit. This is actually still pretty good. They bring down the fruit from the trees, man. Knock over your banana trees and pull off all the mangoes and everything. So you want to go collect that so you can have it, use it, eat it. Although one of the things the rain also does is make it a little bit of a problem for my area where I'm putting these poles. I mean, it'll be a little bit easier to dig maybe, but it just makes the ground more unstable. What's up, cat? Yeah, I know. Don't trip me, will you please? I think I knocked down the walls of my little bamboo palace over here. I was all excited when I got this, but I haven't put in the hours I need to fix it all up. I kind of fixed it up earlier on with, you know, with the lights and stuff, but here, check it out. So boom. Wow. A little bit of damage. And what's this? Oh my gosh, look at that. I got pierced. There's a piece of bamboo here. Came right through the ceiling. Lucky I wasn't sleeping in there. Would have went. Have to cut that out. I don't know if my wife cut this tree back or what. She had to have cut it back because I couldn't even walk under here before. And all the little orchid things are missing. She must have relocated them. Whew. I bought a whole bunch more of this this wood. That's the leftover from the first time I bought it, where I made those wood fences over there out by the outdoor kitchen. I'm getting cobwebs. But yeah, so here's that. This wood right here, it looks like just a ugly wood pile, but this wood, it's good wood, man. And what happens is after it dries out more and heats up, this skin of the wood bark will exfoliate and come off, and then you're left with the more polished version of the wood, right? The core part of the wood, hard part, and then you can do all kinds of stuff with it. So I was out there and I was passing this place and I saw it, so I was looking for it actually, so I found some. But yeah, it's like this, you know, this kind of fencing. This will, like I say over here, this is where it's already come off, and this is where it's still on. That part will come, it'll eventually come off. It's the only piece, weird, it's the only piece that actually still has one on. I must have missed that one. But yeah, so I'm gonna make, the idea is I was gonna make more fencing just like this and run it in front after I put those cement poles up, like in the front of the property part where the you know, garden area is. Just make a wood fence from there so it's kind of aesthetically pleasing, I suppose, from the front view when you're looking this way. Have a nice little wooden fence there. Can't believe my windmill got smashed, man. Dang. But I don't want to walk around in the jungle area till I get my boots on. Too wet. Oh man. I'm gonna take a seat here. Oh yeah. So shoot. I remember when I lived on Saipan, you know, we'd have like major typhoons. As a matter of fact, there is a typhoon. I think there's a typhoon approaching there right now. I saw some of the guys posting. Let's hope they stay or they survive. There's some wicked typhoons in the Pacific, right? And the thing about that is, I suppose in terms of the impact, they have, you know, most islands are just little small pieces of land, right? And so, and a typhoon is usually huge. So the typhoon will come, you'll get a little bit of, you'll get the blowing from the outer bands, and then the typhoon comes right over the island and basically it's gone. So in, you know, certainly in one day, or maybe even in a few hours, you'll get hit hard, real hard, and then it'll be gone, right? You'll get, you know how they say, like in the eye of a hurricane, like you first get hit, and then it's totally calm, and you can come out and check out stuff. But then you got to get back inside because you get the other side of the hit because you're in the eye. There's not much going on in there. Well, in a typhoon, you know, it's the same deal, but that eye will pass over an island and, you know, whatever, in 15 minutes or whatever. So you don't really have time to go running around out in the, like you would in Florida or something like that. So you gotta watch it, man. We had a couple of hellacious typhoons when I lived in Saipan, but right after we left, I think the next year, or maybe even a few months, I forget, right after we left, there was a typhoon, like pretty much to end all typhoons. The place where our store was and where we lived and everything, just obliterated. You couldn't, it was like taken right off the map. So you couldn't, you know, we wouldn't have been able to survive that one. I mean, we would have survived as humans probably, but it would have taken everything that we had, destroyed everything we had. Fortunately, we were gone. Unfortunately for everybody else, and it's been years, like 10 years now, what, 9? Shit, almost 10 years, yep, since I've been gone. More than 10 years, shoot, just 10 years, maybe 11. And they're still recovering from some of that. You still got, I believe there's still students that are schooled in tents when it took out the number of schools, made, you know, ripped all the roofs off and made them uninhabitable. And then, so they, you know, the FEMA and all those guys, everybody got these really cool air-conditioned tents and stuff like that, but it's no substitute for a building, you know. And I think they're still trying to, you know, get out from under that. It can have lasting damage to small communities because of the lack of infrastructure to support the reconstruction. You know, you can't really bring up 20 C-130s in with all kinds of equipment and housing and prefab and all that stuff and take care of everybody. I mean, you could, but the government would never do that, right? Well, let's spend a couple $1 billion on helping this one little island when there's probably 100 little islands out there. The American, you know, armed forces during the war, under the Compact Impact Treaties and all the other treaties between the Pacific nations, you know, were obligated to help
whether it's a U.S. territory or a U.S. Commonwealth, just like Puerto Rico, Virgin Islands, etc. U.S. government's obligated to help, but I believe that they're limited in the scope that they can help without further action by Congress and stuff. But I don't want to get political, but I think all of Congress need an education about their global responsibilities. We have a representation from U.S. Commonwealths and territories. There's congressional representation. We have a congressman, just like you would in your district, that is in Washington, voicing their concerns and promoting the cooperation with the island and stuff. But all those U.S. Commonwealths and territories and stuff, the congressmen, they're non-voting. They're non-voting with respect to like major decision things, but they can be very influential, which I think the Marianas has been very influential on getting things passed and also having some deciding votes on committees and all those things. So they definitely have more than a mantelpiece up there in Congress, but not like your congressman from Washington or from Texas or whatever, California and that's just wrong the way I see it. And all those U.S. Commonwealth and territories, people are U.S. citizens by virtue of post-war treaties, U.S. citizens, but again, they're U.S. citizens for the purpose of passports and working in America and all that good stuff, but no, you can't vote. What? Yeah, that's some crazy stuff. I'm looking at a bird up here, big yellow bird surfing on the palm fronds. Anyway, I'm just rambling again, man. Post thunderstorm, still cloudy. That means it's probably going to be a little bit more humid today. I started digging post hole out under the pala because I think I need another, or I want to put another one up there just for more stability. And then looking at the length of the walkway that I need to make from the road all the way out there, damn man, it's a lot longer than I thought. And I can't do it without support, so gotta have at least 4 more cement poles. I ain't yet dug those 5 poles over there on the other side yet. The first 5 of them, brutal. Now I gotta dig 5 more, which it has, I've had to have 2 or 3 days recovery from that. And now I'm gonna have 4 more over here. And now that dirt might even be harder. I don't know, harder because the mud is more dense. And I have to be careful because, it's gonna fill up with water. So how heavy is the pole gonna sink further? If you only need 2 meters, should you get it for 2.5 meters? Well, so I guess I had my battery in my GoPro actually heated up, of course. Probably too long. Anyway, let it cool down. I could have just swapped out the battery, but I took this time to go ahead and get my drone out so I can go look at the top of the house. I'm using my iPad. I don't know if I showed you this before, but the iPad has has a much better view. I can see a lot better with the whatever's going on in the house. All you really needed was a longer cable. If I can do that, a longer cable, and then this little snaps onto your normal riser for you know, traps your cell phone. They give you a little Allen wrench to you know, screw it in place. It just snaps on really pretty cool. It actually holds it in place quite firmly, and you can actually see it a lot better than in your you know, in your cell phone. Anyway, I do have permission to fly. I'm not gonna record, but turn the camera. I can face the camera directly down so I can see everything on top of the house. Boom. I don't know if you can see that from there, but yeah. I don't know if you can see my cat, but he's gonna freak out when I bring that drone back. Alrighty, mission accomplished. Everything's intact. All right, man. Well, that's about it for my post thunderstorm inspection. Everything's intact. Not too bad. Not too many losses. And again, thanks for watching. And keep watching. And I'll get back at you.